I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep
Hello, these
Space,
readings are for those of us who are experiencing mama drama trauma, a condition in which I should say experiencing this lifetime, because it is a lifetime thing. It's not just kind of like this casual situation. Mama drama trauma, MDT. It is a condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma in cases where she is unable, unavailable, unwilling, not ready, she's not able. Many times she's unavailable because she's transitioned, from this life. So when she's not ready to heal her own MDT, because it is a cycle, loving detachment is required in order for the child to live a happy, healthy, and whole life. So somebody's got to break the cycle, right? That is what this channel is about. That is what Great Mother speaks to with regard to the oracle deck that she channeled through me. And so she speaks to all of her children. I have just really been serving in the capacity of working with this oracle deck to help us live in loving detachment. And what is that? Loving detachment is accepting what is. And what is that Mama Drama Trauma is a soul contract that we made with our mother and with all of the main characters involved, our father, specific siblings, aunties, uncles that are involved in this drama, okay? That allows us to evolve in two things: self-love and spiritual independence. So the soul gets to a point in its experiencing and its lifetimes that it recognizes that the lack of self-love is preventing its enjoyment of life, of its full potential in experiencing life. And in order to have self-love, we have to be forced to love ourselves. And the universe is so magnificent and so wise that, of course, it's through experiencing mama drama trauma that one is forced to learn to love oneself. What could be a better teacher? It is through this experience of mama drama trauma, however, that also in the glorious beauty and just majesty, this eloquence, that we develop spiritual independence. In other words, to love ourselves truly is to connect to Great Mother Father God in the way that feels right to us. We are divine children. And the invocation for the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck for all readers and for those of you who receive the readings is, I am a divine child of the Great Mother Father God who is dearly loved. I am a dearly loved child of the Great Mother Father God. That means anything that I experience, anything that I look upon, that I hear, that I smell, that I taste, that I touch, that touches me, that happens to me, or that I experience in any way affirms that. Get into that. It affirms that. Anything. Mama drama trauma. My mother beating me affirms that I am a dearly loved child of the Great Mother Father God. How is that? Because I know I'm a dearly loved child of the Great Mother Father God, I am never judged, condemned, or left alone. And so, if anything in my experience smacks of that, that experience is something that is telling me that I'm not in alignment with my identity. And so, I have to go within to connect with that. We hear a lot about the law of attraction and cause and effect and how we create our experience. The problem is, because we don't know that we are truly divine gods and goddesses, we talk a bunch of smack. But because we don't truly know that, we don't take responsibility for that identity. We don't fully take responsibility for it. We drop off. When it's not fun anymore, we drop off on that. That don't mean that no more. Yeah, that's what it means. We have to connect with it in order to benefit, in order to receive all the benefits of that identity. That's why the deck has gods and goddesses in it, our brothers and sisters. There are so many gods and goddesses. When I was making this deck, you see how big this book is? I have books of gods and goddesses. I mean, it's just because we all are. Okay, we all have our hero and our heroine's journey. we all do. It's just who is willing to go there is who gets remembered as an archetype. Who's willing to go there? Who's willing to do it? And that's what this deck is about. That's what these readings are about, is who amongst us is really willing to fully go there and embrace that divinity that says that if I'm experiencing this divinity as something that's telling me I am condemned, I am unworthy, I am to be shamed, I am to be blamed for something, I'm to be guilted for something, there is something within me that is creating that experience, even as a child. Because Great Mother, Father, God, they don't see us as anything other than the invocation of who we are. There is no age. There is no, all that stuff. No, you're a divine child, whether you are in embryo or the physical manifestation is a reflection of who you are and who you have created yourself to be. We are a reflection of our souls. That's why we talk about the chakras, the energy centers that are the connective tissue to the souls that we are a part of. Don't worry. We are but one skull that will soon be in the ground that our soul has had. It's just that in this one, are we going to choose to take that journey that the soul intends to take with this contract to evolve in self-love and spiritual independence? That's it. That's it. Is it an easy journey? Absolutely not. So what facilitates it is the spiritual independence, is that personal relationship with the Great Mother, Father, God, that is not about the polarity of good and bad or good and evil. There's no such thing as evil. There is ignorance of the law, okay? People either do things that are out of the flow of love and creation because they're ignorant of it. And we all have been there because we all are evolving. That's why we're never judged and condemned. How can you be judged and condemned and that's what you're here for, to evolve? Doesn't make sense. So divinity, identity is about the polarity of yin and yang energy. Great Mother, Father, God energy. So we talk about the moon, that emotional aspect. Of course, our sun sign is that ego. It is that outer expression of the soul, which in Great Mother speak is not a negative thing. The ego is necessary. It's the vehicle that the soul needs to have to be in this earthly classroom, which is a dense space. It's a very abrasive space. And so no one is denying that. Why would we? We're divine. We can handle it. If we're taught that we can't, however, it complicates things, and things have been complicated due to this ignorance, due to this perceptual evil or whatever. And now we're coming to an age where we're realizing that the true polarity has to do with energy. It's the electromagnetic field. And this is very, very exciting. And this is where the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck enters. And so I hope that you enjoy this reading at this particular time, especially as we enter the year 2020. Aries Vedic moon sign. Your Western moon sign is likely Taurus. You can always check the calculators below, but this is specifically for Aries Vedic moon signs. There's a lot of self-doubt right now. You're questioning yourself about a situation or a relationship. You don't know whether the assessment that you've come up with about it in terms of what's going on and what needs to be done is correct. You are questioning whether or not you can do something, maybe, or you should do something, okay? Because whether or not we can do something or not sometimes has to do with external controls, somebody else having the power to determine whether or not we can do something, or whether or not we can do something has to do with our own capability, whether or not we are capable of doing it. But then we also have the whether or not we can do something and the self-doubt that comes up with regard to whether or not we should do something. And so there's something that's going on right now that's about that. And you've already made a decision about it. We are in the first quarter moon phase. And so this is a first quarter moon phase card, Rihanna, self-doubt. But it's orange chakra, it's second chakra. And so there's a desire that you have around this particular issue. And so you've already made a decision to kind of face whatever this challenge is, but you're not sure about the decision that you've made, whether or not it's the right one for you. And what's bringing up this insecurity is a sense of shame, blame, and guilt. Of course, shame, blame, and guilt is what Great Mother speaks to those of us with mama drama trauma. It is the identity that emerges from an experience of MDT. And our whole lives are clouded from it. And so this is a common feeling. This is a common sense of something's wrong with you. You've done something wrong. In this waxing gibbous moon card, though, you are conscious of that, and you are aware that your self-doubt is as a result of some kind of shame with regard to your decision that you've made. You feeling blamed for coming to this decision. Maybe it has to do with taking care of yourself, because I see Isis here. And so right now in your shadow position is letting go. You're wanting to let go of all of this stuff. This is gut chakra energy. It is balsamic moon energy. And so you're wanting to let go. You're wanting to release all of this heavy energy around this decision that you've made, this decision that you're insecure about. Because what you want is to follow the law of guidance and guardianship, which is third quarter moon energy. You are wanting to let go of anything that's keeping you from following the guidance that you have about the decision that you've made. There's a guidance that you've had about the decision that you've made that nothing in the external world right now is confirming, but you know within yourself it is the right thing to do. And this is a Christ consciousness energy. And so Christ consciousness is the consciousness of the divine child. And Great Mother wants all of us to know that we are divine children of the Great Mother, Father God, who are never judged, condemned, or left alone. This is the invocation of readers of the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck. We are dearly loved children of the Great Mother, Father God, who are never judged, condemned, or left alone. And Christ consciousness is a consciousness that imbibes this, that knows this. And this is what you are wanting. You are wanting this consciousness to guide your life, and specifically with regard to this situation. What's assisting you to do this is the yin yang energy. You're surrendering to that energy despite your doubts, despite your lack of external confirmation of your decision being the right one at this particular time. In your heart, this heart chakra energy, you know that this is the right thing for you to do. And despite your doubts, you've surrendered to the decision that you've made. These are, of course, very soul level, deep level vibrational energy cards. We were talking about Great Mother. And so we want to align this in the position of the ego soul alignment is the Isis card. It does have to do with you being at this place now of taking care of yourself. And so there's not a whole lot of energy left to leave yourself last anymore, despite what may have appeared to be the benefits of doing so in the past. This full moon root chakra card has brought to full illumination the reality that it is time for you to take care of yourself, and that is exactly what you're doing. Now, why you want to do this soul work around self-doubt is because of the law of destiny and free will. Now, the law of destiny and free will is all about this throat chakra energy. Now, what you want is this heart chakra energy to follow your heart, to surrender to the law of soul guidance and guardianship, this Christ consciousness. Now, why you're wanting to do this work around self-doubt and the shame, blame, and guilt is because you know that you have a destiny that you have to honor, that you have to activate. And that's what we have with the single yin, double yang card. We have the activation of the guidance, the single yin that we've received. This is single yin energy, the guidance card. That's receiving guidance, okay, from the Christ energy. And so from that, you are wanting to activate double yin, that energy from your inner eye. And that inner eye is that divine expression. It is that divinity identity. You are wanting to express that. That's why you're wanting to do this work around self-doubt. You are exercising it, so to speak. You are processing it in your shadow position is processing it. So Aries, how you are processing it is again gut chakra. You are processing it through your gut. You know, that is that intestinal and that chakra energy, that vibrational energy of emotional processing through the Moses card of learning to live the law. And the law is as above, so below. And so you are joining those two worlds within yourself through the act of self-mothering, very root chakra, full moon illumination, that is what needs to happen now. That is what you are doing now. And you are owning your birthright as a divine child to do so. This is awesome. And so this is a confirmation of Great Mother coming through that you are learning how to do that right now. And when we're learning something, we do feel like we don't know. You know, am I doing this right? Am I not doing this right? And so that's where you kind of are right now. But Great Mother's coming through and she's saying, absolutely, you are absolutely right. You're asking yourself these very important questions. This is the outcome called self-inquiry. You are asking yourself, is it true? And you are returning back to that place of taking care of yourself, aligning yourself with your soul, which wants you to do that very, very much, this full light illumination, so that you can see that you are acting on your soul unction. This is balsamic moon energy again. Your other balsamic moon card is processing. Of course, all the balsamic moon cards are 8th chakra cards, and they are the names of each suit, which spell out the word aspire. There's 6 suits, 7 including the lawsuit, and these are the law cards, okay? The law cards are all 3rd quarter moon cards released. They're Great Father cards because he's the word, the logos. Aspire, here you have P from aspire, processing in your shadow position. That's what you're doing. You are letting go of self-doubt. And in your outcome position, you have the S in aspire. Continue to ask yourself these questions to bring yourself back to this place of peace. Continue to, when things feel shameful, when you feel that you're being blamed for taking care of yourself, some threat, some judgment, some emotional pain as a result of, again, taking care of yourself, doing that ego soul alignment work, you know, oh well, that she's not, spending time with us, at the dinner, or she's not reacting the way she used to the guilt trip I'm putting her through, and so I'm going to do some other clandestine or passive aggressive type toxic behaviors. And you're imbibing all of this and you're sensing all of this, but you're realizing, hey, through loving detachment, I am willing, I am able, and I am available to do my MDT healing work, and that's what I'm doing. And what I am witnessing, what I am experiencing here is someone who has not embraced their Christ consciousness, that they are guided, that they are guarded against any insecurities that they could possibly have. They don't know that, because if they did, they wouldn't be projecting all this junk onto me. And so this is what I'm looking at, this is what I'm dealing with. And so taking the moment to ask yourself those questions and bring yourself back to that space of self-love and self-mothering is what Great Mother is encouraging you to do at this particular time, when so much is going on in all of our lives, and we're getting to the root of exactly what we need to understand in moving forward. I hope that's been useful for you. I've missed you. And as always, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.
Great Mother speaks. I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Hathor, Isis, Diana, Mami Ishtar, Kali, Nanny, and Mother.
Great Mother speaks to us in raw, realistic